Good morning, students. In today's class, we shall learn about the poem Africa written by David Dyer. This poem has been subscribed for first semester BA students in Kuvempu University. This video lecturing is for 13th session. Before going through the poem, we shall learn about David Dyer. David Dyer was born on 9th July 1927. David Mendes Dyer was a revolutionary African poet born in France to parents of West African descent. His poems highlighted problems of Africa brought about by colonialism and gave a message to Africans to bring about change and get freedom. He was known for his involvement in the Negritude movement in France, a movement started by black writers and artists protesting against French colonialism and its effects on African culture and values. His views and feelings were published in Presence Africaine and in his book of poems Corps de Pillion, which were published in 1956. Unfortunately, Dyer died at the age of 33 in a plane crash. Let us know more about what is Negritude movement. Negritude movement is a literary and ideological movement which flourished in 1930. This movement was influenced by Harlem Renaissance. Negritude movement begun by French-speaking African and Caribbean writers. It arrives as a protest against French colonial rule and policy of assimilation. This movement stood for the identity of black people and their upliftment. The poem has dramatic monologue. Here the poet converges with his native land Africa. The tune of the poem is optimistic and nostalgic. Here is a short summary of Africa. The poem starts with the narrator hailing Africa. He is saluting Africa. Narrator of the poem acknowledges Africa's history and its beauty, though he has never visited the country. He reminisces about the land which he has heard of through his grandmother's songs. He questions why it has allowed oppression and slavery to continue. Finally, he believes in Africa's strength to overcome all obstacles. He is sure it will embrace its glorious future and win back its freedom. Now we shall go through the poem. Africa, my Africa, Africa of proud warriors in the ancestral savannas, Africa of whom my grandmother sings on the banks of the distant river. The poem starts by Dyer reminiscing about Africa, a land he has not seen but only heard about from his grandmother's songs. His choice of words like distant symbolize how far he is from his country, a feeling based on his real life as he lived in France throughout his childhood and only visited Africa in 1950s. Despite this, he paints a vivid scenes of Africa and the proud warriors who walk on its ancestral savannas. We can sense how much he misses his homeland by his stress on the word Africa, and he continues to call it My Africa to emphasize it is his land and his feelings of patriotism towards it. I have never known you, but your blood flows in my veins, your beautiful black blood that irrigates the fields, the blood of your sweat, the sweat of your work, the work of your slavery, the slavery of your children. Here the poet continues to say that He has never known Africa, but despite the distance, he cannot deny how much it is a part of him. The beautiful the beautiful black blood which flows in his vein describes his African descendant and shows how much Africa is a part of him and his love for it and its people. The next lines are angry and accusatory as he stresses that it is the blood and sweat of his people which is irrigating the fields for the benefit of other people. By this, he is pointing a finger at the colonialists who exploited black people and used them as slaves to profit from their hard labor. Africa, tell me Africa, is this you, this back that is bent, this back that breaks under the weight of humiliation, this back trembling with red scars and saying yes to the whip under the midday sun? In these lines, poet urges the black people to stand up to the pain and humiliation that they are suffering in their own land. He reminds them of the strength and pride they have in them, and he urges the Africans to say no to the whips of the colonialists, which makes them work under the hot midday sun and leaves scars on their backs. Despite this suffering, he urges them to be strong and remain unbent and not let this break them despite the weight of their suffering. But a grey voice answers me, impetus son, that tree, young and strong, that tree there, in a splendid loneliness, amidst white and faded flowers, that is Africa, your Africa, that grows again patiently, obstinately, and its fruit gradually acquires the bitter taste of liberty. While conversing with Africa, a serious voice answers him as a impetus son. Tree symbolizes Africa, white and faded flowers symbolize white colonialists and their declined power as colonizers. Africans gained freedom is bitter because it needs sacrifice of many lives. Now we shall understand the thematic analysis of the poem. The first theme of the poem is colonial torture and exploitation. When we observe the poem, the lines, the blood of your sweat, the sweat of your work, the work of your slavery, the slavery of your work. These lines are the evidences of torture and exploitation in the poem due to the fact that poet expresses how the sweat of Africans was lost in vain and how the masters were used the people of Africans as their slaves. Second theme is oppression and humiliation. The lines in the poem, this back that breaks under the weight of humiliation, this back trembling with red scars and saying yes to the whip under the midday sun, shows the oppression and humiliation were common practices in colonial time. They were used to force Africans to work for colonizers without objection. This has left scars on African people. Then third one is identity and awareness. The poet, however, seems to be aware of his identity as a black people. Although he grew up in France, he shows that black blood flows in his veins. So I have never known you, but your blood flows in my veins. The voice that answers that sums up his African identity. Impetus son, that tree, young and strong, and that tree, splendid loneliness amidst white and faded flowers, that is Africa, your Africa. These lines expresses the identity of African people. Last one is effects of colonialism. The poet concludes in this poem showing the effects that colonialism had on African continent. This is Africa, your Africa, that grows again patiently, obstinately. The poem ends with the tone of optimistic. The poet has used various poetic devices to make this poem effective. Here, first one is anadiplosis, the repetition in which the last expression of one statement becomes the first expression in the following statement. The blood of your sweat, the sweat of your work, the work of your slavery, the slavery of your children. Next one is rhetoric question. It is a question that needs not a reply. Is that you, this bag, that is banned is a rhetorical question in the poem. Scars, whip, blood are the symbols. They stand for the torture African people underwent. Next, black blood symbolizes African identity. Next, imagery is like gustatory image of taste, thermo image of heat can be seen in the poem through the lines bitter taste of liberty, the sweat of your work. Personification. The poet addresses Africa as though it is a human being, as though it is not a human being, but here the poet personifies Africa. So these lines shows how the Africa was personified. But a grave voice answers me, your beautiful black blood, the sweat of your work, is this you, this bag that is unbent. Next one is alliteration. The repetition of similar consonants sound at the beginning of the consecutive words. Beautiful, black, blood, here B is repeated. Reiteration. The poet has used the word Africa for 7 times in the poem. He says Africa, my Africa, Africa, tell me Africa. Next one is exaggeration. Here the poet has exaggerated in saying your beautiful black blood, here the blood cannot be black, and this is under exaggeration, there is no black blood in color. Next, anaphora. The word Africa used in the first anaphora. In anaphora, the poet has used the word Africa as a first word in many sentences of this poem. Africa, my Africa, Africa, proud warriors, Africa, whom my grandmother sings. Thank you so much.